Brampton ਦੇ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਿਟੀ ਅਫੀਸ਼ੀਅਲਸ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਰਕਿੰਗ ਪੈਨਲਟੀਜ਼ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਸੰਭਾਵਿਤ ਸਕੈਮ ਦੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਕਈ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਵਾਸੀਆਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਹ ਸ਼ਿਕਾਇਤ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਊਟਸਟੈਂਡਿੰਗ ਪਾਰਕਿੰਗ ਪੈਨਲਟੀ ਪੇਮੈਂਟ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਈਮੇਲ ਆਈ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਈਮੇਲ ਆਈਡੀ ਮਿਨਿਸਟਰੀ ਆਫ ਟਰਾਂਸਪੋਰਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧਿਤ ਹੈ। ਲੋਕਾਂ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਜਾਣਨਾ ਬੇहद ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਿਟੀ ਕਦੋਂ ਪਾਰਕਿੰਗ ਪਰਮਿਟਸ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਕਿਹਨਾਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਦੇ ਇਨਫੋਰਸਮੈਂਟ ਅਤੇ ਬੀ ਲਾਅ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਮੈਨੇਜਰ ਨੇ ਪੀਟੀਸੀ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ ਨਾਲ ਖਾਸ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ।
Joining with us, the Enforcement and Bylaw Services Manager of Brampton, JP Morris. Hello, Mr. Morris. Very warm welcome to PTC Punjabi.
Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting us.
Pleasure. Mr. Morris, as we know that a lot of people have reported a potential phishing scam regarding parking penalties. We would like to know, what is this phishing scam?
So basically, the way I understand the scam is scammers are sending emails to residents and outlining that the ticket was issued by the City of Brampton, a parking ticket was issued by the City of Brampton. So the email is received by a resident. The proper email is outlined on the email, but also it outlines the MTO, the Ministry of Transport of Ontario. This particular email is a scam. So the MTO does not send an email to individuals requesting payments. So in addition to that email and providing your correct email address, it also has description of your vehicle, the license plate, and sometimes the vehicle identification number on the email. So let's make sure that all residents are aware that any email such as this one I just described is a scam, and it should be deleted, not to be opened by anyone, because it really fishes scam in the sense that it's retrieving some information, your personal information. It's asking you to provide additional information. So what we recommend is that when you see such email, is that you delete it from the junk or your spam box. And if you're not sure whether or not it's true or not, feel free to call us. Call 311 and ask one of our call center to verify that this particular email is an actual email, because we would never send, the City of Brampton will never send you an email asking for payment or to tell you about a particular penalty notice or a traffic or a parking ticket.
What are some of the common offenses people should watch for?
So in the City of Brampton, you have the top three parking violations are 2 to 6, what we call 2 a.m. to 6. So vehicles cannot be parked on the street between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. 24 hours a day or 27 days a week. That's one of the violations. The other one is 3 hours. You cannot park longer than 3 hours in the City of Brampton. So if you park your vehicle on the street during the day, you cannot park it any longer than 3 hours. The other violation is parking on sidewalk or blocking sidewalks. So we know parking is premium in Brampton, and sometimes property owners want to position their vehicles just enough so that they often block the sidewalk. That's another complaint that we get often. And prohibited areas. So if there's a no parking sign, people still park there, so we get those calls as well. So those are the main four sort of violations that we get. So I want to make sure that all residents are aware that the main sort of parking violations, 3 hours and 2 to 6, cannot park on the street between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. in the City of Brampton.
Absolutely. What should people do if they get a parking ticket?
So if you get a parking ticket, at the back of the ticket, and I brought a sample here of a ticket. So this is the kind of ticket that you would get. It's about this size. It would be fixed to your vehicle on the windshield. You can look at it and you'll see the date and time of the offense and the parking infraction. So if it's parking between 2 to 6, and you will see the penalty on it. At the back of it, your options are outlined very clearly. Online payment, payment by phone, payment in person, or by mail. So those are your options that are listed. If you choose, you want to dispute this ticket because you don't feel that you're responsible or for whatever reason, then the options is also outlined in the back of the ticket where you can attend in court to request a screening review by a screening officer, or you can also go online and request, call 311 and request that they schedule a screening review as well. So all your options are clearly outlined in the back of your penalty notice and what you can do with this ticket.
I also want to talk about overnight parking in the city. We know that many houses in the Brampton, they have more than 2 or 3 cars, but city permits around 12 to 18 parking per year. So will city ever increase the parking number, like overnight parking numbers?
So currently, we allow parking on the streets on 14 different occasions. So you got 14 days per calendar year per license plate to park your vehicle on the street, and that's good for 24 hours. So if you call today, you're requesting a parking consideration on this particular license plate, you can do this 14 times in 1 year.
Yes.
Beyond that, you have to park it legally, or you could be getting a parking ticket at that point.
Okay. Do you want to give any message to our viewers?
Just when you're thinking about parking your vehicle, we noticed that a lot of people don't know that the 3 hours and a 2 to 6 exist in the city of Brampton. At the entrance of the city, you'll see those signs that clearly outlines if you park longer than 3 hours, you could be getting a ticket, and the same for the 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Just make sure that you read the signs, that you're familiar with the parking restrictions, and it's clearly outlined in our website as well, what you can do and where you can park.
Thank you so much for joining us.